So what is a ventilator? A system which generates precise amount of flow or gas movement, or it creates the movement, okay, so that adequate volume is delivered. Now there are four types of ventilator technology which is used. One is piston, second is ascending bellow, turbine and volume reflector. Okay. Now ascending bellow, that means why I am saying ascending bellow? Bellows goes up and down both. Okay, so it is descending also. But we identified its behavior in expiration. So that is called ascending bellow, because there were earlier a technology where there was a descending bellows also. So the technology which this machine has is called ascending bellow. Now what is this bellow is? How does this bellow works? So basically it is a bag in a bottle type of a device. We call it bag in a bottle. So here the fresh gas flow, okay, fresh gas flow goes to the inside of the bellows. Inside of the bellows, the fresh gas flow, the inhalation anesthetic goes. And outside the bellows, this part, okay, this is squeezed by a separate gas, which is called drive gas. Separate gas comes to squeeze this. Okay, roughly we can say that when you set 500 tidal volume, 500 ml of separate gas comes and squeeze this bellow from the outside. So here, bellows are squeezed by a separate gas. Bellows are squeezed by a separate gas. In most of the situation, that is oxygen. Some of machines are giving air as an option, but most of the companies does not give you that option. And the oxygen is used to squeeze the bellows. And then it gets out into the atmosphere, okay, which is not used. So operation theater atmosphere is enriched with oxygen, because every time you get that 400 or 500 water flow volume is used, is released into the OT atmosphere. So drive gas pushes the bellow. Drive gas and anesthetic gas does not mix here. वो दोनों अलग अलग है. The drive gas is different, which is released into the atmosphere, and the oxygen, air and sevoflurane, whatever you are using, goes inside the bellow. So in some of machine, you might have seen a tube going like this to this particular part of the bellows. This is drive gas. Okay, drive gas means oxygen is delivered outside that bellows to squeeze the particular bellow. When the bellows are pushed, okay, the anesthetic goes to the circuit. Oxygen, air and everything. Exhale gas, when patient do expiration, goes to the inside of the bellows and then it inflate or refill the bellows. And then the excess gas is vented out. Now here is an issue. When you have to fill up the bellow against gravity, it requires some resistance. If there is no resistance, everything will start going out. It will not refill. So there is a resistance which is created, and that is how in all bellows machine you will see small amount of PEEP, even if you have not set it. 2 to 4 centimeter of PEEP is there in all bellows machine to fill up the bellow. Okay, you not set it, but it is still show you on the your screen. This is to fill up the bellow. Now piston, so basically it is a rolling disc inside a barrel. एक barrel है, उसमें rolling disc है, which is moving. The movement is through the electrical power, does not require any oxygen. So oxygen consumption is less in that particular situation, because oxygen is not used for squeezing the bellows or moving the piston. And movement is according to the setting. So now with the software, the accuracy is quite good when you have such a system. Versus bellows the accuracy will vary if it is not starting from this point. So I'll show you that if there is a leak has developed, okay, there was a leak while you are ventilating. So bellows are not starting from the top point. So if bellows are not starting from the top point, even if you set 500, it will not go deliver 500. It might deliver different volumes. Well, piston, it will not happen. You have set 500, it will push 500 ml of gas. There is a decoupled valve, which you already understood what it is, and the back behavior we already understood with the piston machine. So there is no baseline PEEP. So you will not find any type of PEEP in piston machine. No need of driving gas or oxygen, so of course it is better. And in case of oxygen failure, suppose if there is no oxygen, okay, there is a mechanism where it will open up the valve and air can be sucked in. So even in oxygen failure, this machine will continue to work, will deliver tidal volume. It will give you an alarm, okay, but it will deliver tidal volume to the patient, and oxygen concentration will fall, but it will deliver for some time, some period. Now whether it is advantage or disadvantage, you can take it both way. Okay, advantage, yes, in oxygen failure you can still ventilate, but if you miss, it will continue to ventilate air. Okay, so you have to be vigilant. There is no second thought on that. You have to be vigilant because it will continue to deliver air. Of course, it is going to give you an alarm. It is going to give you an alarm, but we have tendency to silent it. Right? It is very common. हम पहले silent कर देते, फिर सोचते कि क्या था. So that behavior we should change. Okay, now there is something called turbine. Turbine is part of ICU ventilator. On the whole, majority of the ICU ventilator has turbine. Turbine में क्या होता है? There is a fan. Okay, there is some sort of a fan which is moving, and the fan generates the flow which will be circulated in the system. The fan can generate very large amount of flow. Okay, if you ask any company what is your peak flow rate of your anesthesia machine, they'll tell you, okay, this machine must be 120 liters per minute. Most probably all Bellows machines and routine anesthesia machines generate 120 liter of flow. This can generate 180 liter of flow. So when it can generate higher flow, the sensing and the spontaneous breathing would be much easier. Okay, so in inspiration there is a quick rotation which will generate the flow. In expiration it will still rotate, but it will be rotating at the lower rate so that the PEEP can be developed. Now this is also right now available. Turbine is available with the Draeger machine. Draeger's advanced machine has a turbine. Now here there is no decoupled valve. So in some machine bag behavior will be different. In this machine bag behavior will be opposite if you have a turbine ventilator. Though it is a very costly machine, so I don't think that it is easily available. But the advantage, it is suitable for all age and spontaneous breathing patients. There is a new technology which is now available in India, which is called Volume Reflector. Okay, in one of company this is there. Now what is a volume reflector? Here, instead of the bag in the bottle type of a system where drive gas and the anesthetic gas are separate, here they have created a long tube. Okay, like I'm just showing you this, but there are very long tube. The drive gas pushes oxygen from here. The anesthetic gas comes in this tube only, and this oxygen from here pushes that anesthetic gases. So this is called oxygen rich circuit. Companies claim that with this chance of hypoxia is less because oxygen, which is right now wasted here, is actually added into the circuit. So the problem would be that anesthetic dilution can still occur because we are giving 100% oxygen there. So you have to have a robust system to control your FiO2 and to control your anesthetic system. But this is called volume reflector, which was earlier not available in India, but now it is there in one company's machine. Your ventilator can stop working anytime. Ambu bag has to be there with each anesthesia machine. That should be a mandatory thing. Thank you.